Tune in for the Tahoe Today Show every day, 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We're going to take you through your local weather, your 7-day forecast. We're going to talk about road conditions, constructions. We're going to bring amazing guests into the studio. So tune in for the Tahoe Today Show.
Awesome, here we go. Yeah, we're talking about Chris being happy to be back in town. It's so good to have you back here.
It's great to be back in Lake Tahoe.
God, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And a lot has changed, but a lot has stayed the same. TRPA is still doing the valiant work of keeping the lake protected and clarity and making sure things go the right way. And we're talking like boat inspections today and no wake zone. So good morning, Tom. Tom Boos also joins Chris here in the studio.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's start with boat inspections. Those are starting again.
Yeah, it's starting. It's happening. This nice weather has really kicked things into gear. We had a really slow start, but I was just talking with some of the inspectors the other day, and they're happy that it's busy because the days go by a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And they're doing a great job. So for 10 years plus, we've been doing mandatory watercraft inspections around the lake. 10 years of success, in my opinion. We have no new introductions of aquatic invasive species into the lake.
That's success.
Yeah, which tells me that the program is working, and there's a lot of great partners across the lake that make it happen. We contract with the Tahoe RCD. The Resource Conservation District.
Okay.
I want to give them some recognition because they're the ones that implement the program. We oversee the program, they implement it, and they're doing a fantastic job every day, 7 days a week.
So that job entails, let's describe it, if you have not put your boat in Lake Tahoe before, what you need to do before finding a launch.
You go to a roadside inspection station. There's one in Myers, there's one near Spooner Summit, up in Truckee at the airport, and at Alpine Meadow.
Okay.
And so you go there first, you're going to be greeted with a smile, and they're going to inspect your boat. They're going to look for mud, plants, animals or water. If they find those things, they will do a decontamination. Mm-hmm. If you come in clean, drain, dry, which is, I'll get to that in a little minute about behavior change. If you come in clean, drain, dry, you're good to go. You purchase a sticker, which allows you to launch. It's a receipt that you got inspected, and then they put a little wire seal that attaches your boat to your trailer with a little blue tag. And then when they go to the launch ramp, we have the partners there making sure that that seal is intact, which tells them that they were inspected and they're clean, ready to go.
So they're not going to let you launch a boat at a ramp unless you have that seal, unless you've gone and gotten that boat inspected. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a partnership where they're going to turn you away to make sure that that boat is ready to go and decontaminated.
No seal, no launch. And
no seal, no deal is what's our mantra.
No deal. I like it.
No seal.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean. So that's very important. People can get more information on where these, get reminded of where these inspection stations are. I'm sure you have a website or something where people can get that throughout the summer.
TahoeBoatInspections.com.
Easy enough.
Very easy.
Yeah. Now, once the boat is in the water, quick question on this, kind of chasing a squirrel here. How many boats do you find on average per year that do need to be decontaminated? Is it a high percentage, or is it few and far between? What's it like?
It's about 50% of the boats get decontaminated.
Okay.
But it's the threat is real. There's a lot of bad things out there that are coming our way.
Yeah.
And we're overly cautious. We have the ability to inspect every boat. And so if we find a little bit of standing water, we will decontaminate it. And it's precautionary.
100%.
Not necessarily that it doesn't mean that that boat has aquatic invasive species in it. We're just being as cautious as we can.
Good.
Cleaning it out.
Good. How long does that process take?
It varies on the complexity of the boat. It can be as simple as 5 minutes to half hour, 45 minutes, or many, many hours if it's like a mussel encrusted boat.
Right. Okay.
It's pretty quick.
Absolutely. And again, the big picture is so important to have a clean boat before putting it into the water. Now, once it's in the water, water, we've got some no wake zones that are going to be strictly enforced this year.
Yeah, this is part of our new shore zone plan that's coming into effect this summer. We say no wake zones because it's not just one. We've got 3 of them. There's 600-foot no wake zone, a 200-foot no wake zone, and a 100-foot no wake zone. I'm looking at the monitor here and I'm seeing the paddlers, and that's what we have to think about here on the lake. We've got a lot of boaters out there. Some of them are in motorboats, but a lot of folks are now out on paddle boards and kayaks, and we have to share the road, so to speak. We've got to share the lake. So if you're in a power boat, we ask that you observe a 600-foot no wake zone from the shoreline out 600 feet. 600 feet is a little more than 2 football fields. So if you leave the shore at an idle and you're not making a wake, it's going to take you about 45 seconds to a minute to get out to where you can throttle up and throw a wake.
That's a good perception.
Yeah, it's a good perception. About 2 football fields away from the shore.
Okay.
So that's 600 feet. Now, if you're out in the water and you're away from shore and you're out 600 feet, but you see a kayaker or a paddler, there's a 100-foot no wake zone around those kayakers or paddlers or non-motorized vessels that are out on the lake. So we ask that you bring the speed down to below 5 miles an hour, quit throwing a wake. If you've ever been out paddling in a kayak or on a paddleboard and somebody zips by you and throwing a huge wake, it can sort of ruin your day.
Absolutely, and we're dealing with people who a lot of times aren't seasoned on paddle boards or kayaks. So toppling them, that's not the way.
And most of the time, you know, kayakers and paddleboarders are going to be fairly close to the shore zone. They're going to be closer to the shore, but sometimes you'll find them getting out. The other is a 200-foot no wake zone outside of shoreline structures, because you can have a pier that extends further than 600 feet or a buoy field. Say a buoy field is out 700 feet. So that's out beyond the traditional 600-foot no wake zone.
Yes.
What we ask there is that from that limit out another 200 feet that you create no wake. And again, bringing the speed down below 5 miles an hour. In Emerald Bay, no wake zone below 5 miles an hour. And it's all just to say that we want to have everybody be safe, have a good day, try to share the lake, and be cognizant of other people that are out there.
Excellent. So we're super short on time, but I do want to hit the public scoping for Tahoe Keys Weeds Project starting up here.
Coming up next week, we've got 2 public meetings. The first one Tuesday night from 5 to 7. This is going to be at the Lahontan Regional Water Quality Annex Building. That's over on 971 Silver Dollar. And then Tuesday or Wednesday morning, the TRPA Governing Board. We're beginning a public scoping process for looking at test bed methods to fight aquatic invasive weeds inside the Tahoe Keys. So we're going to inform the public on what that testing will look like over the next couple of years.
Pertinent information. Chris, Tom, thank you both so much for stopping by this morning.
Good to
Very
see you.
important information. And once again, that website for the inspections.
TahoeBoatInspections.com.
Interesting. Yeah, good stuff. Thank you very much. We have more Tahoe Today coming up right after this.